nothing, you know, I mean, even good speech makers couldn't make a good speech
platforms upon
in the script, you know.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Jim gonna be here?
Daniel.
I have not heard from him.
Okay. The other day we applied to the things.
Yeah,
I didn't see him say anything.
I expect we'll see him.
Might be running late. There's a lot of road out there.
What do you think? Give him a minute. Mr. Watt,
I'm alright if you want to roll.
should we roll?
Oh, Monica's not here. She said she was going to be here.
Yeah. Are we supposed to have Monica?
She's supposed to be here. I haven't heard. Here she is.
She's coming.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, we're gonna get. We're gonna get.
We can see her.
We are.
How are you?
All right, we'll gavel this meeting in. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Member Chittister?
Here.
Vice President Lowe?
Here.
President Roush?
Here.
Secretary Bailey?
Clerk's report.
The only thing I have is that the filming of the videos was on Monday that we are doing for the grant, and I think they'll get into it a little bit more. But part of the Secretary of State grant that we received was to do information videos on our machines, and the filming of that was this past Monday or Tuesday. I'm sorry, it was Tuesday. So we should have the rough draft of the videos within the next few weeks and be able to show that hopefully at the next meeting.
Okay. Did it go smoothly, or you haven't started yet? Are they?
Yeah, we took the machines over there Tuesday morning, and we had one of the girls around with our little model, and she did her little hand model on the machines, and it went fantastic. It was filmed great. He even said like he was trying to find other videos to see kind of how other cities and counties did it. He's like, there's like nothing out there. I guess that's why we're using it.
Yeah.
It turned out just the little cuts. It's not put together yet. They basically were just shooting shots of what the voting process is, and fresco and morning screens about the party, morning screens about undervoting, overvoting. We're gonna highlight all of that, inform the voters and educate them a little bit more on okay.
Where will the voters get to see this?
Yeah, that was exactly my question.
Yeah, on our website, on our social media, wherever we possibly can have it out there.
And it's short, concise.
60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Yeah.
Didn't want it too long because attention after about a minute. So.
Yeah, you talk to anybody in advertising, they'll tell you, you know, you go over a minute, You start to lose they got statistics that show.
No longer than a TikTok video.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two videos. The one will be on like an overall attitude, what to expect when you enter a polling location, front to back, and then the second one is more specifically about that express vote, like digital marketing. Should be really cool.
Good. Excellent.
Good work.
Well, since that was part of the director's report, I assume, do you want to continue? Do you have anything for us?
Our absentee voting applications are starting to get busy. We have over 750 that have been confirmed to us already. What has been out there. So our first batch will probably
Wow.
dogs is starting to pick up really good. Like the phones are ringing up. People, it's nice. People can actually find us. So we're getting a lot of foot traffic in the office.
Ah.
Registrations. Some people there's like, oh, just saw it and I stopped by. So working.
Yeah.
We have the popcorn parade. We're gonna put the bus in the popcorn parade. So our
Oh, that's cool.
pop into the pool.
All right. Thank you. Approval of the minutes.
That's my bad. I don't think I sent them out.
Yeah. Do we want to hold that off till next meeting and just do 2 sets?
Mhm.
All right. We'll go around approval. Campaign finance updates.
We have the agreement from Robert Forrester.
This was the authority that you gave to me to work something out with one of the outstanding fines so that we could avoid trying to use other mechanisms collect on the fine, and we've come to a resolution on that. It's already been paid, and you just need to approve the agreement.
Just 2 sets.
So if you want to take a vote on that.
Okay. So we have the agreement reached between one of our candidates and this board. Can I have a motion, please, to accept it?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed?
I also think that he dissolved his. I think he may have also dissolved his camp committee.
Yeah, he was always. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
before.
Okay.
Is that our bits on campaign finance? Wonderful. Vote center amendment.
Due to the construction of the Chesterton Town Hall, we're unable to use that building as an early vote site or as a election day location. So we've looked at a couple different locations to try to fill that hole, and the best fit we believe would be at the Dunlin YMCA Healthy Living Campus and Trojan Learning Center. There's a door that almost enters directly right next to the location. So, and it's only about 2.5 blocks away from where the Chesterton Town Hall would be. So if we put some signage up around there and get the addresses out as soon as possible, we feel that it would. I mean, we can't use the Chesterton Town Hall; it's uninhabitable. It's a danger. So this would be the next best. I don't know. It has to be a unanimous vote. So is that unanimous of votes here or unanimous of the board?
We've got one board member short.
Because it's a vote center amendment.
I mean, I'd take the position that it would be unanimous amongst those present for the meeting. I mean, otherwise you would never, the requirement was that you had to have all members here. Anytime you had somebody absent, you could
Yeah.
never take action on something that was unanimous.
Struggle. So
I'm going to suggest that what you do is take a vote on it this time and bring it back again. So, because the worst thing that could happen is that they said it's not unanimous, but if you come back to do it and you fixed it,
Well, yeah. I mean, why don't we just do this?
We have
Like, I mean, there's opportunity to ratify it if
Right.
we need to take some ratification action at the next meeting. But I think
Yeah.
I'm comfortable making the motion to go ahead and approve this change.
Okay, that would at least give us time to
Yeah.
start advertising.
So we have a motion and we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Let the record show it was unanimous among members present.
I was kind of hoping the press would show up today so we could kind of start the ball rolling on doing the proper advertising.
We can put together like a press release so we can get it out.
Yeah, we're gonna need their help, you know. Once it's not gonna be enough, we need their support in running, you know, alternate views of that same story time and time again until we get to election day.
Especially as it gets closer.
Yeah.
We've used Indiana 105 in the past for stuff too, so I'm sure that they would put it out on their announcements as well.
Yeah, they do a lot of local.
And I think we talked about this at the last meeting, but I mean, I understand why we can't use Chesterton Town Hall, but is there an ability to at least post signage there to direct people to the Y on election day? Okay.
What we typically do is we put a sign up that says this is no longer a polling location, and it's got a on there. So if we put one of our A brands out there, we'll reach out and make sure it's not going to be in the way, at least on election day.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And we'll reach out to both parties and make sure that they let their candidates know. And if the candidates can start educating people as well, that'll go a long way.
And kind of like we discussed a little earlier about anytime you guys get questions about voting or anything about this election or anything like this, I don't care if it's germane to South County, throw something in there about. By the way, we have moved Chesterton to a remote place. Always kind of just keep pounding that drum.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Upcoming dates.
On September 2nd, the office will be closed for Labor Day. September 7th, like the directors mentioned, is Popcorn Fest. So if you're interested, you're more than welcome to walk with us. If you are unable, you can wave at us as we go by. And then our next election board meeting, remember, it's a week earlier next month. It's on the 19th.
All right. Other business.
do we get reports due in October?
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, can you remind me what the due date is for reports in October? What's our date on that?
I think it's the 18th.
Perfect, because
The 18th at noon.
at noon, then we will have a meeting on the 24th, right after reports are due.
Correct.
So then the anticipation would probably be that we would have people coming on the next round of reports on November the 15th.
Would that be when we certify the election?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have a conversation about that.
Okay. That's why I was just kind of looking ahead. Just nice to have a quick, fast meeting, but
Sure.
we'll probably round of reports in October, maybe. Maybe we won't.
I mean, I think we could, because of how close that is to the October meeting, we can discuss that at the October meeting, right?
Yeah.
We won't set those for hearing, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I have no idea what it's going to entail, but I don't want to, if it's going to take a while to certify the election and we have 15 people here for hearings, I don't want to navigate our way through that situation.
Yep.
Hopefully that's not the case, but.
Yep, I agree.
Basically, we have about 15, probably 20 candidates.
Okay.
This time we're going to have 12 reports.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's good counsel to visit it in October.
Because you're not going to want to do your fourth Thursday of the month, because that will be that we, or you may because you don't want to be at Thanksgiving with your family. I don't know.
Leave that option open.
Also, under other business, the use of the collection agency. Are we at a point of finalizing and doing that? Have we done it?
I'm in talks with them still on getting the report to them in the format that they would prefer it to be in.
Okay.
Like, names, phone numbers, addresses, all of that in the spreadsheet.
But we have an agreement they're going
Yes.
to do it.
Yep.
So we're just figuring out how to shift information around.
Yeah, we're able to use the current contract under the clerk's agreement, the clerk's contract.
Okay. Good. All right. Public comment.
I recently had one of the candidates asked me about the requirement for a disclaimer in digital ads. There used to not be a requirement, but with the advent of AI and more people are starting to use digital ads, the state looked at it and they have come up with a House bill, House Bill Act 1133, that covers the requirements for what they call enhanced media ads. Well, at present, I don't think we've not had any question on this. You may start getting some complaints. And I wanted to bring it up to the board so that you were aware of the new requirements. It basically says if you're using audio or video and like that, you alter that audio or video, you have to have a disclaimer on it that stick with it. It also says that if you're not using video, but you're just running an ad, it has to have the same disclaimer as what you would have on a printed ad. I discussed this with Brad King, and he's the one that filled me in on all the new requirements. I just want to bring it up to the board so that if you still get complaints, you got a little bit more of the background information for yourselves.
So this was passed and is now part of the code after the printing of the code books and the election help manuals.
Yes.
So our candidates don't necessarily see this.
I would highly recommend that you pass that along to your candidates. It has been given, as I said it yesterday, to all the Republican candidates for county office and the Republican chairs. That has been, I did pass that along. I didn't have all the Democrats to pass that along. And the actual code starts on the second page here.
Okay.
And this is an explanation of what the different terms mean and stuff.
Okay.
Something that in the past we never had to consider because in the past there was nothing in the legislation about that. But now with this new addition.
And it was effective immediately, I assume.
It took actually effect in March.
Okay.
Which I was told about. And they say when somebody asked me about it, I know they were thinking about it, but they hadn't heard anything. So I called down to Brad King and talked to Brad King, and he sent me this information.
Okay.
We had a discussion.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Interesting times in which we live.
Yeah, no doubt.
So this fabricated media, I'm just scanned this real quickly, is if somebody captures somebody's another candidate's speech, appearance, or conduct, and then alters it, they have to put a disclaimer on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, let's say you're reading their videotape. Somebody comes in and they don't like something that Jessica said or did. They could clip part of that and use it as part of an ad. That's altering the digital media.
Right.
To their
Because it's out of context.
because it's out of context. Exactly. And then with the new AI,
I think it even goes a step further than that, Paul. I mean, I think it gets into like misrepresenting what somebody has said or done.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
you could in my discussion with Brad, right now, if they get a 30-second video, audio,
Mm-hmm.
AI can actually now duplicate your voice and put your voice into something that you may never have said. And it only takes a 30-second audio of your speech back. This is some scary stuff.
Yeah, and it's just the beginning, right?
Oh yeah, just the beginning. Just the way to start. I think with that, how it's all going to work out from being seen, but it's a way to start making people aware. And they've talked about requiring whenever you put an ad on. I did notice that one of the congressmen, and that says paid for by the Congress on his
Mm-hmm.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And some other people have started doing that. But on a lot of stuff that happens is saying, well, you've got it, you require, well, you send out 100 pieces of mail, 500. But now we're going to also require that digital.
So if we were to forward the fact that this is the new requirement is IC 3985, we pass that along to the Democrat Party via their chair. Are they going to be able to find this on the state election site, or how are they going to disseminate?
Updated code.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
can find it online.
they can
Yeah.
get it online.
The code with it being posted on.
Okay.
And basically, if you take a normal disclaimer, add into it, if they're using media, if this is enhanced, there's exactly the word.
Seems like the simpler solution to that problem would just be to ban that, but I guess
Well, I
there's
think,
appetite for a certain level of this. They just want a disclaimer attached.
but I think that this probably is more effective because if you look, if you do any kind of digital altercation or fabrication of media, it comes with damages, injunctive relief, court costs, and reasonable attorney fees. So, that probably is sufficient to be a large deterrent.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I guess we'll all learn that.
What it's going to be head off is splinter groups running ads against people. Most of the candidates wouldn't affect either way, one or the other, because I don't see most of them ever running that kind of ad. At least I hope not. If they do, should be in office, but that's a different story. But it's like and I hate to use this example because I don't think it's good. Tonight there's what they call Friends of Public Safety. Okay, they're holding a candidates. It's not a act that I'm aware of. But let's say they take their meeting and they have some people that don't want to support. You're going to be talking about increasing the county income tax. And they got some people that don't want to support them. Then they take the meeting, they cut and paste and use it in ads saying don't vote for this person because they don't support the county income tax. That's the type of potential that I see more of damaging from candidates is splinter groups that go off wild.
Whose onus is it on to track these bad actors down and stuff like this? I mean, just election board, we got to track them down, or
the way that I read this is that the person to whom that this is affected can bring suit, a So a civil action against the person who is sponsored disseminates
But
and is entitled to recover damages, injunctive relief, court costs, reasonable attorney fees, but you need a plaintiff to show the damages. So I would suspect that this allows there to be the candidate to bring suit against another
yeah,
a group.
candidate will bring the suit against someone.
Right.
I would suspect as part of that process, they're gonna let you in. Just like they know, let you know about disclaimers on signs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's more them suing the group or suing other candidates. They're gonna be their own policeman.
That they allow
So if we get
it allows for a civil action. That's not in front of us.
yeah, okay.
No, you would
That's
think
not in
so.
front of us. So I mean,
No,
I
but
think the
it's
point
questions will come here.
about whether or not that there's
That's right.
appropriate disclaimer.
Yeah, but it's not something we have to adjudicate. It doesn't look like.
No.
They just go directly to the court system.
Yeah, probably shouldn't, right? If there's the potential that it could end up in the court system.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, if someone just said, "Hey, I think Kennard put that ad out on me" and stuff like this, and they don't take it to court and stuff like this, I mean,
There's nothing you can do.
that's right. I mean, you can accuse anybody, but I mean, you got to wait for the court to make a decision.
Now you have this information, so yeah, this is the process you have to follow. We don't have any.
There is a process. First of all, there is. Yeah.
This,
And I've also found it interesting, they also weaved it in with the other disclaimers.
It's just tacked on to the old standards.
what's interesting about that is I could think even in the last year of a couple of situations where people's pictures were being used for, by other people through social media on a local level even.
And so in Indiana, this will govern federal candidates running in Indiana?
No,
Possibly.
well, possibly.
Mhm.
I think he said that there is something in federal law already on this.
That mirrors this?
This is, if you look at the third paragraph, a candidate includes an elected office, including federal legislative office, state legislative, local, or school board elected office.
So, yeah, presidential candidates are going to have to look at their materials through this lens.
I wouldn't think so.
That's kind of what it implies anyway. Wow.
But they could be sued in Indiana.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you. All right. Public comment?
Comment.
Yes.
Jennifer Klug, 200 Franklin Street, Town of Porter. You mentioned about banning that. A couple of years ago, there was somebody started to float a bill in the state legislature saying that if you have a videotape of a government meeting, that you were not allowed to use that for campaigning. And it didn't go very far because they said it was something to do with freedom of speech issues, and which you already know, and I'm sure Monica already knows that under the state constitution, you have to prove that something is false in order to get a slander or libel. And I think federally it's the same way too, but I don't remember exactly where in federal law it is. So if somebody takes a clip of a meeting and says, this candidate is in favor of increasing the county income tax, and you put that out, that's freedom of speech. That's not misrepresenting what they say. If they're misrepresenting what they say, yes, but basically what you said, they tried that already a couple of years ago, and they said they couldn't do it.
The only difference there is that they're altering this, right?
Yeah,
If they took a snippet of me saying I'm in favor of ordinance number 1, but then they altered it and said I'm opposed to ordinance number 1 and pushed that out there, that's the difference. And that's what this
and plus you are going to have a a tape of them altering what you said, so you got
Presumably.
that they were altering what you said.
Yeah,
So that's actually a good thing.
this, her point is, and Ethan, you know this from your law school degree, it's that idea of libel, slander, and being malicious
Right.
and false. It's probably, I suspect that that's a higher standard than what this is. And this,
Although it's interesting because there's clear and convincing evidence. I mean, I'm just digesting this real quickly, but at least there's like language in here that says clear and convincing evidence. I mean, this attorney.
yeah, but it's not the malicious. It's not the.
No, it's not, but it's still the higher bar than we're accustomed to. So it's the whole thing is kind of interesting. Needless to say,
Completely inaccurate.
I can only imagine the conversations that occurred as this bill was being drafted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
And Daniel just texted me. He said
Yeah.
for some reason he had it on there on the 29th.
29th.
So
I just said,
when he texted me, I said, we're almost.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I said,
Is that
just call me.
fine?
It'll take you longer to walk over here than.
flashes when we see you. All right. I sure was impressed with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Terror Sunday. We'll give it to Heather.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't attended one of our.
I haven't seen
one this year.
Yeah, the